What's up, my fellow Chiebits? Today I'm here to bring you a anime review on Food Wars. And with the ending of this episode, and majority of the episode actually, if I think about it, we have it to where our main male character Soma is setting up for his first participation in Food Wars, a battle. And I'm looking forward to seeing exactly how he's going to be handling himself, because you have someone that was introduced with this episode that supposedly is one of the best cookers when it comes to meat. Like, she's really good when it comes to cooking meat, and ironically enough, she has some big plot on her chest. So, yeah, I mean, this girl that was introduced in this episode, she works underneath Erina, and she is supposedly a very talented chef. So I'm looking forward to seeing exactly what type of skills she'll have when she goes up against Soma. But here's the thing, with this episode, it goes once again to show you what type of character Soma is alongside of some of these people that are very ritzy in this series. Soma as a character, since the very beginning of the first episode, which has been showcased to be a part of his character, is that he's the type of chef that doesn't have, a high-class restaurant. He's not in, high-class restaurants that's, 5 stars. He's not in stuff like that. But he's been cooking in this small diner for a very long time, since he was very young, and he's constantly used these, ingredients you could buy from the convenience store and stuff like that, just, stores that are very cheap, and he's constantly used these type of ingredients. I mean, he's also used leftovers to make other extremely good food, like he did in the first episode, and this is kind of a part of his character. So when this episode came around, and it showcased why Soma kind of interfered with this clubroom affair and why he's wanting to be a part of this food war, it kind of goes with his character of how he doesn't like it how this girl thinks she's better than everybody with her cooking just because she has the money to back up her cooking. For instance, she has, let's say, $1,000, okay? And let's say this meat was $900 fucking dollars. She can buy this meat for $900, and poor Soma as a character, since, he's broke, he can only buy something for maybe $5 to $10. Meat for $5 to $10. So if you think about that, that's where the money thing comes in, and it kind of plays with Soma as a character, because Soma has always been about just, leftover stuff like that. And then to see how that played into with, like, I can't stand it when someone thinks because they have more money or high-class ingredients because they have more money than others could stand and, be better than other chefs. So I like that a lot. I like the way Soma's standing up for what he believes in. He doesn't believe that, money makes the chef. Now, I have to say, though, it slightly does, depending on what ingredients you have, but it really comes down to the skill and what you can use at your disposal. That's what I think is really going to be the lesson in this upcoming battle. Like, the lesson here, what I think we're going to be able to take, is that you should never really judge a chef just because he is poor. For instance, never judge a cook or a restaurant or whatever just because they're a low-class restaurant that's not well-known, like these ritzy restaurants and stuff. It doesn't mean that it's not a good diner or someplace to eat, or the chefs suck. It's just because they're not well-known. That's a possibility. It's like a hidden gem in the rough, and that's what Soma is. And I'm liking that so much, the way that's being displayed in this series. So getting off that topic, this episode is mainly setup. That's what it is. Setup for next week and the first battle, along with getting to see that this girl, she's very confident in her set of skills. Like, she's very confident that she's going to beat the shit out of Soma, and she's going to win this, club room and take down the club room, get it demolished and stuff, which I highly doubt is going to happen, because judging by the way this episode was progressing and the way it was done, it's obvious that Soma, our main male character, is going to join this club room, and the girl that thinks she's top shit because she has more money is going to definitely join the club room, and then they're probably going to become like a club room that tries to beat the top 10, the elite 10, and she's probably going to eventually help out Soma and become his friend. That's something I'm assuming right now, judging by the way this was set up. That's very obvious. Something like that, or something very similar to something like I just said is going to happen. So that's about it when it comes to this episode of Shokugeki no Soma. I mean, there's not much fan service besides Meat Girl, how she has that just boing, boing. Like, did you hear the fucking sounds of just like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? What? Like, there was really that sound effect they added to that, but yeah, that's about it. So tell me your thoughts in the comments below. I mean, how do you feel about this week's episode with all the setup to this new club room introduction, a new character with the pompadour and stuff like that? How do you feel about this? Let me know in the comments below. Please be safe. Chibi out.